recall the judgment of Justice Umar of the Federal High Court. I made an extensive video where I explained the implications of that judgment. If you can look back on my videos both on Facebook, on YouTube, and on TikTok, where I explained in simple terms the implications of that judgment. Recall that judgment where the Honorable Justice Umar nullified INEC's timelines on political parties for conducting their primaries and presenting their candidates. Justice Umar made that decision based on the application of the youth party in that regard. Now, INEC went further, as should be, to appeal that judgment of the Federal High Court at the Court of Appeal. And on the 17th day of July, the Court of Appeal nullified that judgment, set aside the judgment of Justice Umar of the Federal High Court. And based on these grounds, now one of the grounds that the Court of Appeal gave for nullifying that judgment was the fact that the youth party lacked local standing to actually bring that application in the first place, because they failed to demonstrate in their application how the said timeline affected the internal affairs of their political parties in terms of conducting their primaries and submitting the list of their candidates. They failed, and the Court of Appeal further said that even if the youth party had local standing, that the Electoral Act actually empowers INEC to give guidelines as should be for elections in Nigeria. And based on that empowerment, that INEC was not acting ultra-vires their powers. INEC was acting within the ambits of the law, and that was why they actually made the said guidelines. And so based on the fact that INEC was not acting ultra-vires their powers, and that the fact that INEC was acting within the ambits of the law that actually empowers, or that actually that gave birth to them, that the said judgment be set aside, and that the guidelines presented by INEC with respect to the 2027 elections in terms of the primary elections of political parties and submitting their list of candidates within the requisite timeline be upheld, and that all the political parties should actually comply. And that is why I have come, because I know that I made a video with respect to that, with the first judgment of the Federal High Court. That's why I've come now to say that if you are a political party and that is participating in the forthcoming election and you are yet to submit your registers because of the decision of the Federal High Court per Justice Umar, kindly submit your registers so that you will not be disenfranchised, especially with respect to your candidates, as the list of candidates that you would want to be presenting in the forthcoming election. Kindly submit your registers accordingly with respect to the guidelines or directives of INEC, so that you won't be disenfranchised. Because the Court of Appeal is higher than the Federal High Court, and based on the principle of judicial precedence, the decision of the Court of Appeal takes precedence over the decision of the Federal High Court. And it is based on that I would say that for now, this decision of the Court of Appeal is law in Nigeria, and so every political party should comply accordingly. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much for having me, and enjoy the rest of your day.